Wow.
I'm waiting for that to break out as soon as we start recording.
I hope not. That would, suck.
Yeah, so crank up the fucking marching band, would you? Get all that shit ready.
So, gentlemen...
I was watching Captain Kangaroo today, and he had this
No. Wait a minute. Back up a second. Mr. Green Jeans.
Mr. Green Jeans was my favorite.
No shit. I've seen the pictures from inside your house.
Steve Alcorn's a fine investigator.
Oh, fuck off.
This is the Fortean Slip with your host, Chris York.
I don't need porn, Chris. I have a good woman.
Listen, I have a good woman. I still watch porn.
Co-host, Steve Alcorn.
You are the top shit in Bigfootery if you get the invitation.
Oh, are you?
I've gotten the invitation 2 years in a row now, Chris.
Wow, not me.
And sometimes special guest, Matt Knapp.
It's part of growing older, you know? Maturing. Making me more dignified and stuff.
Okay, George Washington.
I opted for the...
Is that what meth addicts say? That make me more dignified.
Taking on all things strange since 2013.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what the hell...
Are you saying that he's pregnant?
Possibly.
Was he implanted by one of these teenage aliens?
Didn't it happen to Arnold?
This device, which comes as part of Nintendo's Quality of Life initiative, is
going to have kids running around banging their heads off bricks.
Yeah.
Good evening, and welcome to the Fortean Slip. Tonight, we welcome in our third year of recording horseshit, playing it out to you, the people. Joining us this week, Steve and myself. Special guest, Matt Knapp.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Matt's going to read an entire book halfway through the show.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Tonight it's episode 86 of the Fortean Slip, where we discuss, well, we got nothing. Well, actually, I've got, shit, but I don't know about these guys.
Oh, I've got shit.
Can you call me Vanilla Coco from here on out?
Vanilla Coco? Sure.
I am looking.
Can I call you VC for short?
Sure. Viet Cong, motherfucker.
That's right. I was gonna say so Vietnam vets will just fucking tackle you.
Absolutely.
No, I had checked out a movie recently, which I was gonna have Steve watch, but then I was like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah. Maybe I'll just talk about it tonight. It'll make things easy. Have you seen that Area 51, Matt?
No.
It's one of those found footage alien movies.
Yeah.
Jobbies.
I tried to avoid the straight to internet releases.
Yeah, well, I had to go check it out for the fuck of it because, it's there.
I remember when it used to be like straight to video, now it's straight to internet.
Yeah, straight to boot. There it is.
Straight to Netflix.
I just checked it out for the fuck of it because like I said, it was there, and it's interesting. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a great movie. It's no Dark Skies, Matt.
No,
it's no Dark Skies. It is. I guess it was done by the director of Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, that's the one thing that piqued my interest about it. I did see that it was done by
All
the
right.
same person.
Have you at least seen like a trailer or anything for it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I've watched
Doesn't the
the
guy who's driving him around remind you of Ro Sahibi?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Who the hell is Rose Sahibi?
Yes, exactly.
He's
But
a famous independent filmmaker, Steve.
Oh, okay. Never heard of him.
but I checked the movie out, and like I said, it wasn't horrible. I wouldn't say it was a great movie, but it wasn't the most horrible piece of shit I've ever seen. It was kind of interesting. If you like that sort of movie, Matt, I'd actually say check it out. I wouldn't expect it to be this, miraculous film that you're going to be like, oh my God, Chris, I can't believe you fucking introduced me to this great piece of modern filmmaking, because it's not.
Right.
It won't happen.
Which I'm kind of used to.
Yes, with me. No, well, hey, wait a minute. Dear Zachary, motherfucker.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, exactly.
You want a nice kick in the balls to ruin your day? Watch that movie.
Yeah.
Do it about yourself. Zachary.
When I used to listen to Opie and Anthony, God rest their souls, the show's soul. They're still alive, doing separate shows, but
The death of a show.
yeah. They had asked Morgan Spurlock what his favorite documentary was, and or something along that, a documentary that he would recommend. I can't remember which it was. And he had said Dear Zachary. And then I checked it out because it was on Netflix or YouTube or whatever. And then they had talked about it. That fucking movie is the most depressing downer you will ever watch in your entire fucking life. And that's all I'll tell you about it. And I didn't.
I really thought he would have gone with Pimps Up, Hose Down from HBO.
Yeah, no. Although I did watch a pretty cool HBO documentary, I believe it. Yeah, it was an HBO documentary on the Grim Sleeper.
I ran across that one the other day, and I was thinking about watching it because I've actually experienced that before.
Being the Grim Sleeper, or
yes,
raping
the Grim Sleeper.
raping crack whores and killing them.
Apparently, we're talking about two different documentaries.
Yes, we are definitely talking about two different documentaries.
I haven't seen either one, so this is the show. This is the show where Matt and Chris just talk, and I sit back
Steve
and listen.
hangs out.
But you mentioned Morgan somebody. I have a quote. Can I read a quote on the show? Am I allowed to do that?
Sure, Steve. You've been here for 2 years.
Oh, so I am allowed. This is from one of our fans, Gary Shaw.
Oh,
He says, and I quote, "Steve Alcorn's Morgan Freeman-like voice is like melted chocolate running over the soul. If they ever did a revival of the Electric Company, Steve could be the new Easy Reader." End quote.
Gary Shaw will be thoroughly removed from the Fortean Slip group.
Immediately.
I happen to agree with him.
The documentary, just to clarify things, the documentary I was speaking of is called The Nightmare.
Oh,
Which the Grim Sleeper could also work in that scenario. It's about sleep paralysis, so you can go either way with the title, see?
See, so I did not watch the Nightmare one, but I did watch the Grim Sleeper. It's about this guy who killed, they estimate, like hundreds of prostitutes in the LA area.
Let's clarify once again, I am incorrect. I have not experienced that.
See, that's why I was wondering, I'm like, Matt, is there something that you're trying to tell us tonight? I mean, this is kind of a special episode. We are basically at the 2-year mark, so I didn't know if you were like, hey, guys, I've killed a few bitches.
I think we all know that if anyone would stab hookers, it would be Steve.
Oh, absolutely. If there's anyone on this show who's got such issues that they'd want to kill a motherfucker, and I'd totally believe it, it would be Steve Alcorn, because it's always the one that you wouldn't expect.
I have only talked to
Injured hookers.
I've only dragged a couple of people into the back of my van.
I did drive a van back in the 90s.
Could you help me put this in my van?
Back in, the early 90s, I did meet up with a prostitute one time. She asked, I didn't know she was a prostitute.
Or a man, for that matter.
She asked me for a cigarette.
I also didn't know that the police were around the corner.
I told her I didn't have a cigarette, and I walked into the shop that I was working at, and apparently in that neighborhood, when they ask you for a cigarette, that's a proposition, and I had no clue. So I turned her down.
Because had you known.
Had I known,
you'd have been all over that shit.
No, she didn't have any teeth. I mean, I don't have any teeth either. But
listen, that's that fucking my old boss, Bud York. Oh, wait a minute, I'll have to take that off. Used to say, if she ain't got any teeth, you don't even have to give her a kiss afterwards.
Yeah, true.
Frank Zappa wrote a song about it.
Damn Skippy.
Baby, take your teeth out, try it one time.
But no, for the record, I have not injured, killed, maimed, or otherwise done anything to a lady of the evening.
Roxy! You don't have to pull out the red light!
Whores need love too, man.
They
They're
do.
just working their way through college, haven't you heard?
That's right.
They do, but not from me.
But no, I checked that damn Grim Sleeper documentary out. It's interesting. I mean, this guy just went around, and they like literally went to the house 2 houses over from him, the police, because the girl one of the girls who had tried to identify him or who had gotten away had pointed them to 2 houses down. Because she had forgotten. So she missed it by 2 houses.
Well, that would suck.
But here's the fucking funny thing: like the car, I guess, that they described, it was sitting in his driveway, and they missed it. I don't know if it was shoddy fucking police work,
Top-notch detective work,
yeah,
Mr. Magoo.
I don't know if I don't want to go, and say, hey, the cops didn't do their fucking job, because I don't know. But that's the kind of the slant that this documentary took, was that, these people, it was basically just, the cops didn't give a shit. And even his son said in the documentary that cops had come up to him and congratulated him and said, oh, your dad's a hero.
Way to kill them hookers, Bob.
Like that. I'm not saying that it's the case, but that's what was said in the documentary. But I watched that and, checked out that Area 51, and as always, there's ancient aliens every night, which I had talked to Steve before the show, and I definitely want to do a show on that Aurora, Texas crash. It's Texas, right? Texas?
It's Texas.
Texas. Yeah. I don't have any exes that live in Texas, just in case anybody's...
All my exes live in Texas.
Bullshit. One of your exes lives down the street.
She lives 2 blocks from me. And we won't go into any details about that woman right now.
Whatsoever?
Not on the show.
Never?
It's been a long week, Chris.
Yes. I've heard. I've definitely heard.
But hey, things have a way of working out in my favor 90% of the time. And they did again this week.
90% of the time, 20% of the time.
It's that 20% that's a bitch.
Steve's playing the percentages.
But I am happy to report that my son is now enrolled in school and will be good to go. So So.
And this will be the first time ever. No more, no more stone tablets for the Alcorn family.
Ching, ching, ching.
We can get rid of the abacus. That boy's gonna have a computer, I tell ya.
Well, he does. It has Windows Vista on it, but he has one.
He's got a Listen. He's got a Commodore 64. That bitch gets a great connection to the internet with the old fucking receiver and the fucking modem hookup.
I got him a tablet.
Steve lives in a Flintstone house.
You got him
His pencil broke.
You got him a stone tablet with the 10 Commandments on it.
Yeah. He turns on the on switch and a stick pokes a parrot in the ass. Welcome. You got mail.
It's a living.
Hey, a reference I finally get. I get that. Flintstones. I get it. Yay.
There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
See, I do know the
Good
classics.
for you. You know what Area 51 is. You get a fucking reference about a fucking movie that's about Area 51.
I know exactly what Area 51 is.
You've been there, haven't you, Steve?
It's next to
Why is
Area
it-
52.
That's what I'm saying. Why isn't, if it's Area 51, why isn't there an Area 49?
There is.
Yeah. You just
It's
haven't
an
been there.
area on the BLM Bureau of Land Management map. It just happens to be numbered 51.
Well,
There
like
is an Area
the
49 and 37 and 21.
It's like if you go
like the
in
BLM
northern
Bigfoot map.
It's like if you go in northern Maine and it's all just territories where they log. You know, it's all gets forested.
It's just an area.
It's just a place. It's not a town. There's no roads.
But there's a military installation there.
No.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh wait, now the government does admit to it, so I guess there is a military installation there now, but there never was before.
Sure. In this
That's what they said.
movie, there's an underground section, Steve.
Oh, is it like
And
S4 and all that shit?
Shh. Spoiler alert. There's a UFO.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. It just sounded cool.
Is Bob Lazar in this documentary?
It's not a documentary. That one's the found footage movie.
Oh,
Don't
is Bob
don't
Lazar in
confuse
this found footage movie?
I don't know. I don't know who Bob
Is
Lazar
Lance
is.
Henriksen?
No Lance Henriksen, although he would have made a great cameo in this one. He's a fucking... Lance Henriksen, Millennium. Who doesn't? Fuck it. Bishop? Come on now.
Is Morgan Freeman in this thing?
Go fuck yourself, Steve.
Ricky Gervais?
No, I don't think they're quite at the level of doing found footage releases yet.
Wow.
It hasn't
No,
quite gotten that bad.
Matt. You don't get the reference. You see, someone told Steve, a fan of the show, that
Well, he was a fan. I don't know if he is anymore.
Steve does a great job reading the news, and that's how Ricky Gervais got started.
Right, so I've been compared
I
to
thought
Morgan
they were
Freeman.
saying that Steve acts like Ricky Gervais's character Derek.
That would be
I
more
like Derek.
appropriate. Absolutely.
That's a good show.
It's a great show. It just means you're a very kind-hearted person.
That's right.
And I like kitten. I like animals. So
I like turtles.
maybe I am like him.
But that's about
Derek
it.
likes turtles.
Does he?
Oh yeah, he likes animals.
Like
He
that
likes all
kid,
sorts
like
of.
that kid in the YouTube video.
He really likes dogs,
Oh,
but his dog died. The
Didn't
dog
like
died.
Morgan Freeman's...
Steve had to get rid of his dog after he got his teeth.
I think Morgan Freeman's
I wanna know
stepdaughter got
more.
stabbed brutally recently.
I did see that.
And I was like, I
just saw
guess
that.
that's not the one he married.
No, that's his step granddaughter. It's like I can't remember how they said it.
That's right. His stepdaughter would have been entirely too old for him.
Yeah, it was a weird.
Did
I
you
think it was
ever?
his
I mean, did you
first
ever see him
wife.
do Easy Reader? It was good stuff.
Morgan Freeman?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Mr. I'm high, like, all the fucking time, Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, that
I've
Morgan.
got glaucoma.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing.
Exactly.
I want to do the news. I want to do the news like Easy Reader did on the electric company. I don't think I can pull it off, but I'm going to try.
You're gonna try tonight?
Yeah. No, not tonight.
Oh, I thought we were in for a treat, Steve.
I have to do more Easy
Yeah,
Reader
to practice,
research.
Chris.
Oh,
I have to do research.
Tutelage.
he's gonna sit there in the mirror and try to mimic it.
Mr. Freeman? Yeah, my name's Steve Alcorn. And I was wondering if you could tutor me in how to read the news like Easy Reader.
Yeah, could you do that for me?
I think Morgan Freeman would like to forget those years, to be honest with you. I watched a little bit of that shit today. It was horrible. It wasn't good.
Okay, for the record, you're not like Morgan Freeman when you talk.
But Gary Shaw says so.
No, Steve, this is the reality, okay? You know how, like, people have yes men around them as they, like, come up and they just have no concept of what reality is because people just do whatever for them. Like, I'm that friend of yours that is going to tell you to your face, no, you do not sound like Morgan Freeman.
Just for the record.
You don't sound like a low budget Morgan Freeman.
So, curiosity got the better of me. So I was just looking up Gary Shaw on Facebook.
Oh,
And right beneath Gary Shaw, the Shawshank Redemption pops up.
oh,
Nice.
Oh,
Wait. That's not good.
Yeah.
I hope the Pacific Ocean is as blue as it is in my dreams.
So who do I sound like?
Who do you sound like? I don't know who I would compare you to.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Then I'm
any.
sticking-
I don't think there's
I'm
anyone
sticking
with
with Morgan.
fake teeth that whistles. That does the news, Steve.
And mispronounces everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most newscasters at least try to pre-read the news.
I read the first couple sentences of each story tonight, so we should be good to go.
Oh yeah,
So they'll start off really strong.
and then they'll just kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like shitty Coke.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're like, fuck! They stomped the shit out of it.
I meant, Coca-Cola.
Oh.
All the sugar settled down at the bottom of the can.
Oh,
Whenever you tilt it, it slides to the front.
oh. I
Yeah.
wasn't referring to that. That's kind of awkward, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve, save us.
Samuel L. Jackson, maybe?
What?
No. Not
No?
at all.
What about that Carlton from Fresh Prince
Why do
of
you keep
Bel-Air?
comparing yourself to black guys?
Well, why not?
You got some secret fantasy we don't know about?
Oh, but I am.
Did you
I
go
am,
see
man.
Straight Outta Compton?
Is your favorite movie Soul Man?
No. Denzel
Can you
Washington.
imagine if they made Soul Man today?
What was that movie with Jack Black and Robert Downey Jr. and Ben Stiller? I can't think of it right now.
Tropic Thunder?
Yes. That's like the closest thing they've had to Soul Man.
Right.
And fucking Downey Jr. actually pulled it off and still has a fucking career.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was him until the end of the movie.
It's fucking great. That is
Thought it was actually a black guy.
I love how fucking Tom Cruise plays the most Jewiest Jew on the fucking planet at the end of that movie.
Chewbacca.
Holy shit. That's like fucking a total like kaboom to Hollywood.
I mean, you have like that whole cast, you know, some pretty funny actors, some pretty strong talent there. And somehow Tom fucking Cruise comes along and steals the entire show with just his little cameo part.
At the end of the fucking
He
movie.
was freaking hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, that he fucking surprises me so. It isn't. I won't say so often, but because I don't expect him to be good. I expect him to be Tom Cruise, and I just there's a few movies that I really like him in, which you know people will give me shit for it. The Last Samurai, I thought he was great in that fucking movie.
He was.
Days of Thunder.
Go, Steve.
Not so much.
Steve. The fuck.
Risky business.
Yeah. Like what is wrong with you?
It's the only Tom Cruise movie I ever watched. Well, Top Gun.
Wow.
I just watched him recently in, Rogue Nation.
Yes, I saw Rogue Nation, and he was Tom Cruise.
He was Tom Cruise,
Yeah,
once again.
he was fucking Tom Cruise. It's not Ethan Hawke, it's fucking Tom Cruise. Yeah, I turned that fucking shit on. It's fucking Tom Cruise. Every single fucking time. But when he did, you know, like I said, The Last Samurai, that movie, it came across completely different. And every so often, the guy surprises me. And it, like I said, doesn't happen very often, but because I'm not a huge fan of his. But yeah, every time I see him now, it's just the same thing, over.
What was that one movie, the sci-fi movie where it kept repeating everything?
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Edge of Tomorrow was a good movie. I enjoyed him in that. I rewatched that recently with my son. My son wanted to watch it. It was on some on-demand service. I can't remember which. And so I checked it out and, watched it again with him because he really wanted to see it. And I enjoyed it the second time. I enjoyed it all over again. You know, it was a cool little movie. And a lot of people, you know, equated it to Groundhog Day. But it wasn't.
Groundhog Day. That was a good movie.
Yes, Groundhog Day. Listen, Groundhog Day was a good movie, but it's yeah.
I like Groundhog Day so much that if the time comes and I do get married again, I'm going to get married in Punxsutawney on Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's a great seasonal comedy.
Yeah, I would not get married in Punxsutawney.
I'm just saying. Why not?
On Groundhog.
You should reenact the entire movie.
Yeah, that's what you should
while
do.
you're there. Like step in a puddle. Yeah, do
Marcia,
the whole.
Marcia really likes that movie, so we probably will.
We'll fly Phil out, and you can go, Phil Poling? That would be good.
That Steve Alcorn's a fine investigator.
Fuck off.
Just have him follow you around and say that. Just like to random people that you walk by. Hey, bud, that's Steve Alcorn. He's a fine investigator.
I like how in one of Phil's recent videos that he did on the Meteor/UFO After Effects job, that he's like, and I conversed with Steve Alcorn, who told me there were no reports in the area.
Well, here's the thing, and here's what people don't realize about that particular video. That is the video that brought down my YouTube channel for a while. And it's not a recent video that Phil did. It's just a re-release,
right?
Because that was around Christmas time. But yeah, the guy who did that video filed all sorts of false copyright claims against me and shit like that. Took my channel down for a couple days. But again, you know, that 90-20 thing, I came out, you know, smelling like roses. So.
But your YouTube channel went down.
Somebody left me on my birthday deathbed.
What I did a breakdown, basically. Not really even a breakdown, just a comment.
Whoa. Nah, careful there, Steve.
And I did talk to Phil about that.
Phil Poling does the breakdowns around the internet.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't like to use the B word when Phil's concerned, because that's his deal, you know. So I'll just say
I'm going to start doing breakdowns, Matt.
Go for it.
I think it's a good idea. I'm going to just start doing breakdowns. Because I'll ask Bob to break down a video, and I'll get nothing. He'll be like, "Hey Bob, can you break down this video?" Bob. There's nothing. But then,
Bob is a busy guy.
But then you'll get, "Hey, here's something for you to promote."
Yeah, I got that the other day,
and then I got the double whammy, Matt. Did you get the double whammy?
Maybe, I don't know.
I got the double whammy because I got the Meteor UFO one, and I was like, "All right, posted," and then he sends me the Bigfoot trackway.
Okay, the Bigfoot trackway. He starts the video off talking about how the trackway video is older. He had never seen it before. He and I had an extensive conversation about that video when it came out like 2 years ago. Maybe even 3 years ago.
All right, that's
last year it was featured on Finding Bigfoot.
It's confirmed, Matt. I'm doing breakdowns.
The guy that found the trackway even made a follow-up video hanging out with the cast of Finding Bigfoot that was just put out recently. Like, this is like a well-known documented thing that's been on national television.
Listen, Matt,
that Phil and I have discussed in depth.
He has
forgot completely about it. He still doesn't remember. Even after I told him all that, he was like, I don't remember that. I checked my comments, and only one person said they had seen it before.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
He's got it right on the pulse. He's actually got his fingers like jammed into the pulse.
He's like that machine that they had my dad hooked up to recently. Just
that went dark in a hurry. Called life support, I believe.
No, it wasn't life support. It's like the one where it fucking monitors everything.
The heart monitor.
Yeah, that's not life support. Life support's fucking the one where it fucking
take it off, they come in life support.
No.
I did that.
Hey, I'm allowed to joke about that shit. It's like if you're what is it? Black, you're allowed to tell black jokes and say certain words. If you're Jewish, you're allowed to joke about certain things. You know, same idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to do any of those things.
Why not?
Well, I'm not Jewish. I'm not black.
You want to be, though. We established that tonight.
You know, in my family history, though, there is some African Americans. So
Steve Alcorn's actually related to a homosexual black Jew.
Oh my god!
There is. I wouldn't make that up. That would be good.
Oh shit!
There is some African American in my family history, and then there's some, you know, Indian, and I'm sure some, you know, I don't know, Irish probably.
Just gonna throw that one in there. You fucking Mick.
That's mind blowing.
Actually, I was always under the impression that I was French. You know, my name came from French, and it's not. It's actually Scottish, I believe.
Wow.
I don't know.
This show is a fucking absolute train wreck. If this is like yes, listen to us. We've been on the air for 2 years. Here's this.
This is all the farther we've come.
Here's this.
You guys are learning new things about me tonight.
Here's this big steaming pile of turd that we decided to do.
You're welcome, listeners.
We've been told that these are our favorite shows.
Sir Richard Allen.
One fan.
Speaking of which, Sir Richard Allen, we
almost forgot.
We have not done the rantings of a schizophrenic Brett, and I will
bring it on.
I will start that up. Where do we got it? Right here. I'll at least start it and let you guys catch it, and then I'll play the whole thing.
So, I figure now is the best time to do one of my favorite conspiracy topics, the Illuminati.
The Illuminati. This is what we're going to get tonight from Richard Allen.
So, I figure now is the best time to do one of my favorite conspiracy topics, the Illuminati. Oh yeah, that's right. The Wise Man's Committee, the Patriots, the Philosophers League, the La-Le-Lu-Le-Lo, the secret organization that secretly governs the world secretly. What a bunch of dudes. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. To have that kind of awesome power, to have such a cool symbol, the triangle with the eye. I bet they're all super high-tech gadgetry, living in giant, massive skyscrapers armed to the teeth with gun turrets and the Aquinas router that routes all the communications and everything back to their main HQ, and they know everything and do everything. What an awesome concept. It's probably bullshit. We know from experience, just looking at history, humans are very self-serving individuals, and I can't imagine that a group of people would be able to look beyond giving themselves airs and extra money to govern the world fairly and equally. It's a sad state of affairs. If the Illuminati really does exist, it's probably a bunch of old men manipulating the stock market to make sure they all stay rich. That's tragic, but that's the simple truth of it. However, we're not going to focus on the negatives. We're going to go to the positives. What if, like, the best case scenario is true? What if there is a secret group of high-tech, kick-ass people governing the world and pushing it towards greatness? We're just blissfully unaware of how much they do and how much effort they put into it. Where did it come from? Where did it start? Where is it going? Good questions for the Illuminati or the Illuminatus. Let's see. It probably started way back when we were cavemen. I'm not as smart as David Batdorf, so I'm not going to be able to give you the Latin names. We'll just go to Homo whateverus. Homo whateverus, which turned into Homo somethingus, which turned into Homo usus. I probably skipped a few, but that's how I remember it. So there's a bunch of cavemen in a cave hanging out with a fire, eating some mammoth. One of the cavemen, Ugg, probably turned to his friend Brug and was like, well, is it me, Brug, or has caveman society seemed to have taken a downward spiral for the worse? Have we lost our values as a society? Have we lost our ideals? Brug turned to his friend Ugg and said, Brug smash, because he was less articulate, obviously. It was then that their third friend Colin entered the conversation, dressed in black. He probably said, Gentlemen, your conversation makes for interesting listening. I have a plan to rectify it. And if you think about it, that's basically probably what happened. Obviously, I'm taking some creative liberties. Because the Illuminati would have to be a smart one, an articulate one, and a thug to do the smashing. Yeah, that's actually a good analogy. I'm actually proud of myself. I inadvertently made a good analogy. Yeah. So these three cavemen, they hired other cavemen, and then, as we went through to Homo somethingus, when we got smarter and we started living in houses and the medieval age and all that, all the time this secret, awesome government was governing our every action and every decision from behind the scenes. I wish that was true, but let's face it, it's bollocks. Well, that's my opinion on the Illuminati anyway. I take it with a pinch of salt.
Okay, take that with a pinch of salt. Guys, the Illuminati. Yes.
Wow.
It was started with cavemen, gentlemen.
Colin the caveman.
Yes,
the caveman.
Colin and his pal. They decided to take over the cave.
I can't disagree with the guy, though. I kind of, was along the same thought process.
That it was cavemen that
Yeah,
started
I
the
mean, the guy
Illuminati? Are we thinking...
the guy that
I think,
invented fire, the guy that invented the wheel, they got together and was like, fuck all these people.
is that how the Neanderthals got wiped out?
Right.
That's what I was thinking. That's where the Neanderthals went, because they were they didn't have fire and wheels.
They didn't have fire and wheels.
They didn't have hot rods.
They didn't have Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome.
Speaking of Mad Max, Gary Shaw also...
Oh, God. Fuck you.
Stop.
Just fucking get over
Told
yourself.
me I have the physique of Richard
Listen.
Gere.
I've lived my whole
He's
life.
had a gerbil up his ass.
And now people are finally starting to recognize my potential and my valuableness to society, and you guys just want to trash it.
That's what we're supposed to do.
So, according to Sir Richard,
Yes, Sir Richard
his
Allen.
basic description.
Are we allowed to knight him?
Of course.
Yeah, I think
Fortean
we can.
Slip. We can do whatever we want.
Okay.
I mean, Batman is a member of the Illuminati.
Yes.
He's got a tall skyscraper and high-tech gadgetry.
And a secret
Well,
cave.
yeah.
And a secret
And he's
cave.
rich.
And a butler.
He's got a butler.
That helps him out.
Christ's sakes, man. He's got a fucking butler.
Not only does he have a butler, he has a butler that's trained in field medicine.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Just because. And it just
Alfred
so
Pennyworth.
happened. And that just happened.
His
I
butler.
say Illuminati. I'm going
Illuminati.
I'm going Illuminati. Batman, Illuminati.
I agree.
The shit's all going down.
I'm going Steve Alcorn, field agent.
I am actually a field agent. There's
For the
this app you
FBI?
can get on iPhone. No, there's an app you can get on iPhone called Field Agent, and I actually use it. Look it up. So I am a field agent.
Oh, you're something. Do you have any news? Do you have any news, Mr. Field Agent?
Yeah,
Good.
I think so. Now from Tribble. I'm sorry.
Wow.
gonna do it
You
like-
want
Whoa!
to no.
You said that you practiced the first few lines of each article tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
be all
commented
good.
about that.
But
And
I was
out
going to
the
do
fucking
this.
gate, man.
I was going to do this easy reader just to fuck with you guys. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Get this guy a fucking speaking
You
spell
pussy.
already.
From triplife.com. You get a lot of reports on Bigfoots and UFOs from out here in Fayette County, and then nobody hears about
The
them again.
Chicago version? What is this? Is this like that The Bears Saturday Night Live skit that you're reading?
Well, earlier,
You get lots of those Bigfoot reports out of Saskatchewan out there.
earlier you accused me of being Canadian, or somebody did.
It was
Bigfoot versus
Anyway,
Ditka.
that's what Fred Saluga, a former police officer from the Fayette County area who now lives in Weirton, West Virginia, and heads the Fayette County, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Research Project. But Saluga said his organization investigates all reports and does not bury the results. On August 8th, Saluga and other members of the group, Greg, oh my God, how do you pronounce that? Katyuha, Mary Davidson, and Chris Ann Yunkin presented a talk at the Carnegie Free Library of Connellsville on Bigfoot and other creatures that repeatedly have been seen in the area. Saluga said he's been researching Bigfoot sightings for more than 40 years.
And still hasn't found shit.
Bigfoot, who Saluga said weighs more than 1,000 pounds and is 10 feet tall.
Wow.
That one Bigfoot runs whenever people approach. Other creatures such as one Saluga
calls heavily, apparently.
Other creatures such as one Saluga calls Dogman, who has the shape of Bigfoot but the head of a dog, and Mothman, a winged creature with red eyes that doesn't look anything like Bigfoot. I put that in there.
So he's taking credit for all these.
I don't know that he's taking credit. He's just talking about them. If you've seen Mothman, something unnatural is going to happen, Saluga said. He said 600
You've been
cases
seeing
of
any
various types
Mothman recently?
Like a sighting of Mothman, maybe?
Yeah, because you're right. Kind of makes sense. He said 600 cases of various types of sightings have been reported in West Virginia in recent years. While Saluga said he has never seen Bigfoot or any other creature, he believes they exist.
He's never seen any other creature, including squirrels,
any
chickens. But he believes they exist.
Any of the other,
cryptids.
What's the word for cryptid? Yeah, cryptid.
Cryptids.
That's the word.
Gotcha, Steve.
Now, they may be interdimensional beings, Saluga said. He pointed to beings that...
fuck you. No. I've had enough of that shit this week. I've had enough of that.
You can read more at triblive.com.
I've had enough of that horse shit. Yes, we saw a portal. It was amazing.
I was dragged into that horse shit. Not dragged into, but it was posted on my timeline by some coward. And, when you give your opinion...
Some coward. This coward won't say his name. Fucking Dr. Matthew Johnson.
Oh, I'll say
Magic Johnson.
Johnson. Yes.
Fucking douchebag Johnson.
You give your opinion.
I've got proof. I've got it recorded on audio.
I've got it recorded on audio that I obviously didn't get anyone's permission to record. No, yeah.
There's something down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
somebody turn on
how obvious when he's talking to Davis or Bitch Lips, is it that he fucking does not know he's being recorded? In my opinion, he does not know he's being recorded, and that's funny as shit.
Well, I think it's going to be funny as shit whenever Davis owns his fucking house.
Yeah, which he probably will.
Yeah, I don't think Davies, Dab, whatever the hell you call him, I don't think he's going to sue anybody, but he could, I suppose. But, those international lawsuits, they're hard to do.
Unless he gets his, continue with the news, Steve.
Unless there's, something I don't know. From blog.cron.com, so cron.com, a 68-year-old, I even read this whole story, actually, and I already fucked it up. A 68-year-old man found on the side of the road told authorities a UFO tried to abduct him. According to a report from the Imagen del Golfo news agency, the incident occurred earlier this month in the city of Paso de Ovejas in Veracruz, Mexico. I think I did good on that. Francisco Acosta Tostado. Yes, that is. I like tostados. They're good.
Oh my God, that was racist.
Oh Jesus!
It wasn't racist.
I mean, the family. It's a nice family.
Oh fuck!
It wasn't racist. Tostados are good.
It's not the same thing, Steve.
Anyway, Mr. Tostado reportedly said he was riding his bike on a state highway. I have a little Mexican in me, I'm sure.
What, a little Mexican boy that you pull out of your asshole?
How do I even open my mouth sometimes? I don't know. He was riding his bike on a state highway.
Is that how
when
you
a
get all that
UFO
fucking
ran him
shit
over.
painted?
He was riding his bike on a state highway when a UFO ran him over and attempted to kidnap him. A photo shows Tostado with blood on his shirt, and according to the report, he was found with a deep gash in his head. Tostado, they keep saying Tostado, I'm sorry, was taken to a local hospital nearby L.A. and, or no, wait, La Antigua, I think
I'll
is how you
sick
say it.
Bob Dominguez Chupacabra Hunter on you.
Dude, if aliens can't manage to kidnap an elderly Mexican man on a bicycle, I've lost all faith in them.
Paso de Ovejas isn't known as much for UFO sightings as it is for, well, cartel violence.
I love how like
They're
when
reported
I
in the
like how
Daily
when
Mail.
fucking
It's been one of the
Steve
most
reads the
dangerous
fucking
places in the world.
the fucking Hispanic names, it's always like Oyo Mayo.
I try. I really try. Around 58 people have actually been murdered this year in the small area of only 7,000 residents, and one has been almost kidnapped by an alien.
Ah, that's great.
Yes, isn't it?
Oh, lovely.
From Fox News. Fox News. Apollo 14 astronaut claims peace-loving aliens prevented nuclear war on Earth.
No, that was John
From the
Teeter.
Daily... No, this was Edgar Mitchell.
Oh.
I thought it was John Kennedy.
It could have been. From the day the Earth stood still to Close Encounters of the Third Kind to E.T., pop culture is filled with stories about friendly, curious extraterrestrials visiting Earth to learn more about mankind. For Apollo 14 veteran Edgar Mitchell, that plotline is less fiction than it is reality. The sixth man to walk on the surface of the moon told Mirror Online that he believes peacekeeping aliens visited our planet to prevent a nuclear war between Russia and the United States. The idea sounds far-fetched, but Mitchell claims that military insiders viewed strange flying crafts cruising over U.S. missile bases and the White Sands facility in New Mexico, the site of the first ever nuclear bomb detonation in 1945. They wanted to know about our military capabilities, he said. My own experience talking to people has made it clear the ETs had been attempting to keep us from going to war.
Oh, sorry.
And that, fellas, is the news, I guess. See, now I'm the one who's supposed to be fucking up.
Listen, this show has been such a train wreck. I'm not even fucking surprised I did that. I'm not even. I'm not even upset with myself.
Do you think, deep thoughts, do you think like if aliens ever came here, they would instantly start protesting for like equal rights because they've been like observing our media and how we portray them
they
over the
fucking
years?
so know we'd be on the apology train in a second. Like, oh, how dare you offend the nice alien people?
Like the aliens are a bunch of thug motherfuckers.
Yeah, but they're just like using the system.
And they come here and we're like, oh shit.
That would be awesome. We all get fucking put into this fucking slave race for the fucking Anunnaki.
Old ladies are like clutching their purses whenever they see aliens walking down the street.
Talk about racist.
It's against aliens, Steve.
Yeah.
Well,
You've seen
Fuck
District
aliens.
9.
How about that?
Oh, wait a minute. You haven't. You haven't seen anything. So are you done with that news story? Was that...
Oh, yeah, why? Fuck it.
That's exactly.
Edgar Mitchell believes that there's some peace-loving aliens. The end. How's that?
I want the next time I listen to one of those fucking news opinion pieces by Bob Costas, I'm gonna listen for the bucket at Yeah.
God.
2 years, and this is your train wreck. I don't even know why we bothered to do a fucking show tonight.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
There are probably some really good gems in there, and in retrospect, when I go back and listen, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, that was kind of funny. Oh, wait a minute, I took it really low there.
Best show ever.
Yeah. This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 86. I don't know what to call it. It's a mess. If you like this shit, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. I'm sure we'll see a lot of those this week. Subscribe, leave a comment. Check out Dred Funn at youtube.com/Dred Funn and at dredfunn.com. See ya!